What's up with it, Raider Nation? It's your boy, Raider Honcho, and I'm back with a brand new video for you. If you're a fan of the Las Vegas Raiders and want to support this channel, please subscribe. Also, check out Raiderhoncho.com, pick you up some of that merch, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Both are at Raider Honcho. Now let's get right into it. You're talking about secondary, you're talking about cornerbacks, safety, strong safety, nickelbacks, DB, whatever you want to call it, the Raiders need it. Okay, we've been spending a lot of time this offseason talking about our secondary, not just because it's one of the areas that we haven't addressed thus far in the offseason or in free agency, but we also were graded the worst secondary in the entire NFL. Let me take the glasses off so y'all can see me. I know y'all think I done got all Hollywood. I'm out here, Miami. Somebody call me Miami Honcho. No, it's Raider Honcho. But let me take the shades off so y'all can see me clearly. Look me in the eyes and y'all can see that I'm serious when I say this. We were graded the worst secondary in the entire National Football League. You just can't have it. We were hot garbage, dumpster juice, straight trash. You can't do it. So it's only right and appropriate that we spend this much time this offseason talking about the secondary and trying to figure out who we're going to bring in to try to solidify secondary, bring us some credibility on that end of the back end of the defense. And we haven't found somebody yet, right? But it has just dawned on me, it's been brought to my attention, and I say my attention because some of y'all might already know this, but I'm in a whole nother country right now, all right? And by country, I mean Florida, okay? This is a whole nother country for me. But it's been brought to my attention that the only safety that the Raiders were really interested in this offseason was Rashawn Jenkins. That's it. That was the only safety that the Raiders were really high on early in free agency, and obviously he signed with Jacksonville, so he's not going to be an option for us, but that was the guy that they were high on. He's the guy they thought they would come in, fit perfectly into Gus Bradley's system, obviously with the experience over there with the Chargers, but obviously he's with Jacksonville, so that opportunity is done, that door has closed, right? But there are four guys that the Raiders have been rumored to be in talks with and that are interested in. Now, I will tell you, the Raiders want to get a starting safety, but on a budget. So I don't know if that takes Trey Boston out. I don't know if it takes any of the other safeties out, but they are looking to get a starting safety on a budget. And the four guys they've been talking about is one, Clinton Dix. Now, we already know that a while back, maybe at the beginning of free agency or maybe even before free agency officially started, we brought him in on a visit. And a lot of people kind of just brushed it off. I tried to brush it off because I wasn't super excited about the idea. I wanted to go get one of those top guys, but you don't get an Anthony Harris. You don't get a John Johnson. So this is what it is, guys. This is what it is. So the four guys, one of them is Clinton Dix, 28 years old. He was last seen when he was cut by Dallas, I think 5 months after being signed. And I don't even think he really made it through the camp. I think he might have just got through training camp and then they cut him. So I'm not sure if that was a skill set thing. I don't know if it was a personal thing. I'm not really sure what the reasons was because back then, I really didn't care, right? It really wasn't my job to go figure out why Dallas sorry-ass cut Clinton Dix, right? The second guy that they're talking about is Deron Harmon, 30 years old, last seen for Detroit in 2020, where he actually had 58 total tackles. Actually, no, 58 solo tackles, 2 interceptions, and a PFF grade of 65.3, which is really not that bad. That's not too shabby, all right? They don't just give around 60 pluses over there at PFF, and I know, because like I said, I'm trying to work for PFF, so we've been working on some things. I've been doing some tape with them, and I can tell how they grade things, and it's not that easy to get over a 60. So a 65.3 by Harmon is really not terrible. Like I said, he's still only 30 years old. The third guy they've been talking about is Bradley McDougald, okay? 30 years old, last seen playing for the Jets in 2020, where he played only 7 games. He had 25 tackles, 0 picks, but he was giving up. He gave up 13 receptions on 16 targets. I mean, that's almost like every time you throw the ball his way, it's getting caught. It's a completion. And honestly, out of the 4 guys on this list, that's the guy that I'm probably least excited about. I'm not excited about any of them, but he's probably the guy that I'm least excited about, which means the Raiders will probably go and give him $10 million for 1 year, right? He had a PFF grade of 41.0. Like, that's just not good, man. Like, that's just terrible. That's just not where it's at, right? And the fourth guy that the Raiders have been rumored to be linked with or talking to is Kenny Vaccaro, 30 years old, played 13 games for Tennessee last year where he had 64 tackles, 0 picks, and gave up 34 receptions, 44 targets, and had a PFF grade of 60.7. So, I mean, obviously, none of these guys are guys that I'm like, yes, we're finally going to get the guy we need. But the Raiders are looking to sign a safety, like I said, on a budget. They're looking to spend like $1 million, guys. I don't even know if you could say dollars at the end of 1 million. Like, it's just $1 million. That's all they're trying to spend, yo. They're not trying to make it plural. They're trying to spend $1 million in getting a starting safety. Now, out of the 4 guys, I will say Clinton Dix is probably the guy that I would feel more comfortable with, just because of his pedigree, his history, and also the fact he's only 28 years old, and I'm not sure that he's done. Right? Like you know how when you're cooking steak and you take it off early because it still cooks when you take it off and then it's done? I think that's Clinton Dix, right? I think was taken off a little early because he's like, he needs to get to room temperature to be fully done. But I think he's still cooking a little bit. When you take steak off, it still cooks until you cut it. So I think might still be cooking just enough to where he's not done. He's not ready to be served. Don't stick a fork in him. So I do feel he's only 28 years old. You put him in with Gus Bradley, and I feel like you might be able to get something out of him. That's just my hopes. I shouldn't even say think, because when you're a Raiders fan, it's not about thinking. We just hope. Right, we're just hoping for best case scenario. We're always prepared for the worst case scenario, and any one of these guys to me is worst case scenario, right? But the best case out of the worst cases, we get 28 years old. I still think he has a little bit of the tank, but either way you put it, we still have to go draft the safety. So if they're thinking we're gonna go sign a starting safety with these 4 guys, I think it's imperative that we get one of those stud safeties in the draft, whether it be Merrick, whether it be Jamar Johnson, whether it be Richie Grant, Andre Cisco, whoever they believe is a stud. I think they have to do what they have to do to get them. And like I said, when it comes to draft, I don't know what's going to be available at the end of the second round with our 48th pick. We might have to trade back up into the second round, or maybe trade back into the end of the first round to get a guy that's actually credible, respectable, and add some validity to that damn back end of that defense. Because like I said, we were ranked the worst defense secondary in the whole NFL. And our defense was ranked bottom 3. So we did some with the defensive line. I think we'll address linebackers as well in the draft. There's some really good linebackers, a lot of depth there. But we're going to have to get a safety and a legitimate veteran on this defense. And so out of those 4 guys, I think it has to be I do like Vaccaro more than the other guys. So it would go then Vaccaro for me. The other 2 guys, you could just kind of, I'm not interested in them at all. So get down in the comments and let me know what you think about that. But guys, once again, we're talking about DBs, not just because I'm a DB, not just because I coach DBs, but our DBs were so terrible. They're so terrible. It's only right that we spend a lot of time talking about it, because we spend a lot of time bitching about it. So, you know what I mean? Let's hope these Raiders do it right. Let's hope Gruden and Mayock do what they got to do to bring in somebody for that position, because either one of those guys might be better than Heath to me, and they're definitely better than Eric Harris. So it is what it is, right? We're going to put John Abram up there in the box. We got to have somebody to play center field. You bring one of those guys in, but then also draft somebody and coach them up and kind of mold them into the free safety that Gus Bradley wants, and then that'll be that. Our whole secondary's young. Our whole team is pretty young, guys. So I'm looking forward to the draft to see what kind of pieces we can add. Again, I said before, we got 8 draft picks. We don't need 8 rookies. So I think we can piece some of those together and move up and actually get some real talent in this draft. Only if the Raiders can do it right. Don't forget, this Friday night, I will be going live with the boy Raider Cody. Make sure you pull up. Honcho Mafia, I need you in the building. Get there early. Hit the likes. You know what I mean? Get your questions ready. All that draft stuff, we getting into it. Like I said, we're going to try to pull off a live mock draft where we're GMing it. So I look forward to that, man. Should be really exciting. Should be really fun. If you like the video, like the video. If you like the content on the channel, well, damn, subscribe to the channel, man. And until the next time, Raider Honcho out.